Hey, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, or good afternoon, whatever part of this great country that you're in. Some of our friends are probably up in the great country of Canada. Some of them are probably stuck in the snow, too, outdoors back east and just absolutely buried with bad weather they're getting back there, huh?
Yeah, we won't tell you what the weather's like here in sunny San Diego. Wouldn't want to make anybody feel bad.
Yeah. Did you hear what Doris just said? She said, we won't. What she was referring to is she won't. I'll tell you what it's like here in sunny San Diego. It's a miserable day. It really is. It's probably in the mid-60s or so. So we've had quite a plummet in the temperature, but we're survivors, so we'll make it through.
Yeah.
We are.
For yourself.
Yeah. Did you hear what Doris just said? Speak for yourself. Well, look, let's get going. I know that your time is important, and you guys and gals are kind enough to join us. Doris, can we click on this slide here, and we'll get these guys off to the races. I think first and foremost, what we need to do is give these guys and gals a big thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us today. We know that your time is valuable, and definitely a big thank you to all of you for what you do for this industry, and a special thank you for all of the elite clients that are with us today. Nice to have you all with us.
Yeah, I actually had a chance to take a look at the roster a little bit earlier, and I know a lot of you that are on board with us today are clients of ours. So thanks again for your trust in us, and to the rest of you, thanks for being a part of our family as well, even if it's through something as simple as joining us at this webinar. It's really an honor for you to give up your time and join us. So why don't we do this? Let's share some thoughts with them about what our objective is today, Doris, what we're looking to accomplish.
So our objective with you today is to provide you with information that will enable you to bring in more new customers. We know that's always a hot topic. Got to keep that going. We want to help you generate more referrals, turn your customers into marketeers, and save more money. All stuff at the top of our list, right?
Yeah, and you're probably wondering, how in the world are we going to be able to do that? What kind of silver bullet do we have that's going to be able to help you do that within just a matter of a few minutes? Well, you might be surprised. We got some really back to the basic things that you're going to be able to do. And we got one or two things that might be new to some of you that are going to really help you bring in more of those customers in a really cost-free way. For those of you that really are not that familiar with our company, that are new to Elite, one of the things I'd like to mention is we provide a lot of different services. We provide coaching services where our clients are able to work one-on-one with some of the top shop owners in America. We offer a peer group that is unlike any other, and it's referred to as Pro Service. We offer advanced sales training. We offer all kinds of seminars and management and sales throughout the country. Lots and lots and lots of different kind of products and services to help guys and gals specifically like you in growing your business. So that's a little bit of a thumbnail of who we are. We're actually a company now. I got to do the math in my head. We're now a company 25 years old. Thanks, Doris, for reminding me. So we've been around for a while.
And we are a company that will never put money ahead of people. This is something that we will adhere to until the day that we're no longer, which will hopefully never be. But we always try to remind each other internally that any decision we make in business and life has to pass what we internally call the grandmother test. This is just our cute way of reminding one another that what would grandma say is the right thing to do, right? So if grandma says it's the right thing to do, then it probably is truly the ethical standard that we should adhere to.
Yeah, great message, Doris, great message. I certainly agree with you wholeheartedly. One of the things that I'm going to ask that you do, and I know Doris would agree with me on this as well, is how do you best benefit? I mean, we're fortunate the fact that you're able to join us today, but we want to make sure that you get your best bang for the buck. So please keep an open mind. You're going to hear some things that might be unique or different to you today, so please just keep an open mind. The fact that you're here tells me that you do have that kind of a mindset, which is really cool. So let's just keep moving ahead in that direction.
Make sure that you're not interrupted during this presentation. It's short and sweet, a lot of really great content. And, of course, that'll certainly benefit all of you.
There you go. And if you have any questions, if you look at your, we're on a very tight timeline here, but if you do have a question or two, we'll do everything that we may be able to do to help you during that time. So if you look at the screen over in the right-hand corner somewhere, I believe, you'll see a little icon of a little hand. And all that you'll need to do is press on that. It's next to their name, correct, Doris?
It is, yes.
And press on that little icon of the hand, and your hand will come up, and then what we'll do is then we'll open up your audio where we'll be able to hear from you, and we'll answer whatever questions you might have at that point.
Absolutely. And make a commitment to following through on what you learn. So it's not so much about gaining new information, but it's more about the application of that information, as I'm sure you'll all agree to. So make your action item list post-webinar and follow through on these items. And we know that these things are going to really serve you and your company and your customers very well.
Yeah, another great comment on your part. Okay, guys and gals, I'm sure that you're ready to get started, and I know Doris and I are. So, Doris, if you're ready, we'll get going here. You ready, my friend?
Ready.
Okay, so first of all, the very first thing that I'm going to encourage all of you to do, and this is sort of out of the box, and some of you may be doing this.
I can't hear you at all.
Oops, can't hear us at all.
We're having a message that we can't be heard.
Did we just start losing audio? Can we click on that, Doris?
Just make sure.
Did you guys hear us now?
Can somebody chat, send a little chat if you can hear us? We want to make sure we're not.
Can we be
I can hear you. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So it might just be something. I see Nate Winston. Hi, Nate.
Okay.
Is commenting, although if he can't hear me. Okay, good.
Okay.
Called in. You might want to call in if you can't hear.
Yeah, with WebEx, you cannot hear VoIP. You actually have to call in with WebEx. With the WebEx platform like this, you have to call in because there's so many people that are online. So guys and gals, we're going to get off to a start here. Method number one, the first thing that you need to do is you need to bear in mind that you probably have a lot of customers that love you like a rainbow. I don't think there's any question about that. And the fact of the matter is, we would like to think, and I'm sure you would like to think, that these guys and gals are going to go out and sing your song. But the reality of it is, they're not going to do that. And the reason that they're not going to do that is as soon as they walk out your door, no matter how extraordinary the service was, as soon as they walk out the door, their head is going to go out of your world and back into their world. They're going to think of work that they got to go to. They're going to think of the kids. They're going to think of the weekend. They're going to think everything but, with all due respect, everything but you. So how do you get from here to there? And I put a lot of work into this over the years, and I came to the conclusion what you need to do with all of your Songbird customers, the customers that really do love you like a rainbow, what you need to do is you need to provide them with three things, and they're all up on the screen right now. You might want to make a note of it. You got to provide them with the appropriate tools. You got to give them specific, very specific direction as to what to do with those tools. And lastly, you have to give them a deadline for using these tools. So no different than dealing with children or anybody else. You got to help them help you. If you want your Songbirds to help you bring in new customers, you got to provide them with a method, with a system of doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just a minute, and I'm going to do a little role play with Doris here, and I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to do this. And then Doris is going to give you some background as to how well this works and why it works so well. So Doris, you ready?
Ready.
Okay, so let's go into the presumption that Doris is picking up her automobile. It's the end of the day. She's been coming up for a few years. She's a Songbird. By that I mean she thinks the world of our services, and she has 2 cars, and she's our ideal customer. We just wish that we had more customers just like Doris. So at the point of car delivery, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this to her. Hey, Doris, before you scoot out of here, do you have just another minute?
Sure.
Well, one of the things I wanted to mention to you is we're looking to grow our company. We're actually bringing on another technician as we speak, and that means what we need to do is we need to make sure that we keep this guy busy. And ideally, we would love to have more customers, and I'm being very genuine with you, that would be just like you. You're always a pleasure to work with, and you're always just a wonderful person to work with, and everybody here in our company would agree to that. So what I would like to do, Doris, is I'm going to actually give you 2 of my business cards, and let me tell you what I'm asked that you please do with these, all right?
Okay.
Okay. I'm making a little note on the back of each one. And I know that you work over here at Archer Accounting, is that correct?
Yes.
Been there for a few years?
Yeah.
Okay, I imagine that there's some guys and gals that work with you that you know really well. And I would be honored if you would give 2 people, 2 different individuals, one of these cards, and take a look at this. It entitles them to a complimentary oil service. Mm-hmm. And here's my thoughts, all right? Number one, you win because you're able to give a friend of yours at work over here at Archer, you're able to give them a gift that's worth $40. Yeah. Number one. Number 2, they're going to win because they would be able to get an oil service at absolutely no charge. And the way we win here at Elite is when they come in and bring that card in, they're not only going to get that no service or no charge, but if they really like the service that we deliver to them, then we're going to hope that they come back. And we're going to hope that they tell other people about it. So that's what we're crossing our fingers that we're going to be able to meet with their expectations. So if this makes sense to you when you get back to work today, if you had just a moment to find a couple guys that you think could benefit from these and pass those cards on to a couple different people, that would be great today.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to do that. I actually got a couple people that I'm sure, I mean, how could you not love a free oil change, especially with you guys? So, yeah, I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Doris. That's very kind of you. It's
sure.
Very, very kind of you. Well, thanks so much, Doris. So, Doris, now we're going to go offline here. What just happened there?
So I love this. I absolutely do. I think the thing to note here is birds of a feather flock together. So did you hear how Bob said, you know, in my perfect world, I'd love to have more customers just like you. We just love having you. You know, you've been such a big supporter over the years. Your customers that love you, you know they'd be happy to do this because they're doing a favor for this friend that they have at work. So now this person benefits. They're giving a gift. So everybody here wins. That's the point to this. So now what you can do, which is really, really neat, is when this customer comes in for this complimentary oil change, you're going to know because they're going to hand this card over, which means you can give that new customer that was referred extra special attention and care and do everything and have your staff do everything to make sure that this first-time experience with this person is just as flawless as can be. So what a great way to get more of not just any customers, but in most cases the right customers by taking this approach. So two is a good number. We don't want to do more than that. We might overstep a boundary with somebody. I think if you give them 3 or 4, it might sound a little over the top. So 2, just give them 2 and give them specific instructions as to what to do. I think Bob even said in the role play, when you get back to work today, if you could, give these to 2 people that, you know, you really are friends of yours. So specific.
See how easy that is to use, guys and gals, and I agree with Doris at every point. It's really easy to do. And if you don't do this, and if you just give them a couple of business cards and say, Doris, if you know anybody who could benefit from our services, she's going to take these, and in the best case, she's going to put them in her purse and never see them again. Want that? So you need to keep them out of her purse or out of Larry's wallet. You need to keep them in their hand or on their car seat next to them. So when they go back to work, they're going to do what you had asked them to do, which is put these shoes. And don't forget, when Doris gives these cards to 2 different people, don't forget, even if they never bring their car in, she's going to be brand building for you at that time. Because she's going to be singing your song. Hey, Larry, where do you get your car service? You know, you really need to go to see the people that you leave. These are really great people. I've been going to them for 5 years. What's it going to cost you? We had told you that this was cost-free ways of marketing. Well, this is going to cost you the cost of 2 business cards. That's what it's going to cost you. So no harm, no foul. You can't go wrong by doing this. You can't go wrong. So tip number 1, method number 1 is make sure that you provide your customers with the tools, the direction that they need, and a deadline, and watch how they're going to help send in more customers that are going to be pre-sold on you.
Love that one.
Take a look at this one.
Method number 2, this says ask the right question of every first-time customer and then make those calls. You're wondering what this one's all about. The right question here in this case that you should ask every single first-time customer is going to be, may I ask who referred you to us, which is uniquely different from may I ask how you heard about us or how did you discover our company. The reason that we're going to suggest that you do that is because even if they come in with a coupon, even if they said they saw the sign out front, they'll be surprised how many of those people will then say, but you know what, actually, my neighbor mentioned you guys too at one point. And you know, and then I saw your coupon and it reminded me of you, and I thought I'd give you guys a shot. The reason this is so beneficial is if they tell you somebody referred you, then you are in a great position because what you get to do post-visit is you get to call that person that referred. And what you get to do is further the cause with that relationship, really thank them genuinely from your heart for the trust that they have given you. And give them a message along the lines of, you know what, the fact that you trust us enough with your family and friends is the ultimate compliment. And we just want to thank you. That means the world to us, and we're so grateful for that. Now, the key here is that real, genuine, heartfelt thank you. That is what is going to then stimulate, cause that customer that referred to want to do that again and again for you. It really, really will. So we see that happen here, and a lot of our clients see the same. So we're going to really recommend that you make this mandatory. But this is a question for every single first-time customer without fail, and then do those follow-up calls and watch your customers just glow when you give them that thank you.
Yeah, well, and Doris is bringing up a lot of really wonderful points, and I hope the guys and gals, I hope you don't miss one of them. So don't forget, no matter what that call to action was, no matter why they brought their car in that day, that does not exclude the fact that they could have been recommended to you by who knows how many other people. You got to discover who that is, and the reason you have to discover who that is you owe it to them to pick up the phone and give them a call. Think of it like this, all right? Customer comes in, they trust you with their car, right? Number 2, they trust you with their Visa card, right? But you know, there's one thing that most of your customers, with all due respect, will not trust you with. Keep an open mind, all right? their friends. And the reason that they won't is they're afraid that how do you put that genie back in the bottle? If things go a little bit sideways, how do they fix that with their friend? So our philosophy is if somebody gets to the point where they trust you to the point where they'll actually recommend their friends to you, then you owe them something more than a thank you card. You owe them picking up the phone and giving them a call and letting them know, like Doris said so well, a genuine, heartfelt thank you from the bottom of your heart. Lastly, don't forget this. There's an argument in psychology that says any behavior that continues is being rewarded. So if you don't reward that customer by giving them a thank you call and letting them know how much you appreciate their trust in you, then that's going to start to diminish and you'll get less referrals from them.
So we know a lot of you may have referral programs in place. You may send a customer a thank you or a Starbucks card or a discount on a next service. But I hope you'll all agree when you really think this through, we really feel that it's going to be the genuine, heartfelt phone call. It's that personal message with sincerity that's really going to cause your customer to realize just how grateful you are.
Yeah, well said, Doris.
Too many companies do the referrals.
Yeah, well said. Yeah, and Doris and I certainly agree, guys and gals. We agree that it's really nice to send out the thank you cards or the Starbucks cards. Don't read into this. But there's nothing that is going to have a greater impact on your customer than if they get a phone call from you thanking them. It shows just how valuable that is to you. Number 3, take a look at this one here, all right? And it says, simply put, guys and gals,
pass out at least 10 business cards a month off premise. While this seems so simple, ask yourself, am I doing this? And it's going to be about the approach that you're going to take too as a business owner. You don't want to be, giving people a sales presentation every day, all day by handing your business cards to them. It's just as simple and as genuine as doing this. When you're at the Home Depot and the staff helps you find whatever you're looking for, they take some time with you. All you have to do at the end is hand your business card over and just say, you know what, oh my gosh, you were such a big help. You know what, I'm just really grateful for the time you've given me, and man, I owe you. And you've got a friend in the industry. As a matter of fact, I'm in the automobile industry. It doesn't matter where you take your car for service, if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to give me a call. How neat is that? Now I go, wow, if I'm that Home Depot worker, I really like that guy. He's really nice. He wasn't pushing anything on me. He was a genuine guy. And now if I go in to see him, that barrier is down. I now really do have a friend in the industry. So that is golden. So many times, when people are struggling to get more customers through the door, we ask them, are you doing this? And how many people in your community know who you are and what you do? Most people would be, they'll say, gosh, I might be lucky at the diner I go to every day for lunch if 3 people know who I am and what I do. That has to be fixed, right? Get out there in the community and start building relationships where there's not a threatening environment. You don't have their car. You're not holding it hostage, right? So this is great. As a matter of fact, we actually teach this in our advanced sales training course. We have the service advisors get out into the community and pass out their business cards to build their own business with their customers. And we're always really amazed, even though they're a little out of their comfort zone at first, how they find this is so easy for them to start doing once they figure out how to do it in a way that comes off the right way.
Yeah, well said, huh? You can't disagree with that, guys and gals. Don't forget your business cards. If you're spending money on them and if they're sitting in the desk drawer, you wasted money on them. They got to be put to use. That's what you need to do. So like Doris says, 10 business cards a month, couple a week, whatever it is. Just make a goal, set a goal, put 10 of them in your pocket at the beginning of the month. Tell yourself by the end of the month, those are going to be gone. Watch how you're going to get more customers. Watch how you're going to get more customers. People do business with people, not with companies. So once they know who you are and feel comfortable with you, then all of a sudden they're going to feel comfortable in reaching out to you. And take a look at this one. It says, provide your technicians with an attractive referral fee. You're going to, what this one is based on, guys and gals, is you're going to invest money in marketing your company. So let's pull a number that's a real number, all right? Let's say 4% of your budget, 4% of your revenue goes into your advertising budget. Well, if you're going to spend 4% with all these publishing companies, direct mail companies, web service companies, SEO companies, if you're going to spend money with them, why not spend or invest that money in your people? Wouldn't you rather give it to your technicians than you had some publishing company? I would, and I'm sure that you would as well. So how do you do that? Well, if your technicians, as an example, are not sending in work to you, or people aren't coming in telling you that they were referred to you by one of your technicians, you have to ask yourself, why is that happening? And one of the arguments is clearly they could be doing side jobs. We understand that. You have to ask yourself, why are they doing side jobs? Because they're looking to earn a higher income. Well, you need to give them an opportunity to earn a higher income. You need to reward the behavior of them recommending other people to you. So how do you do that? All that you need to do is have a meeting with all of your technicians and let them know that what you will do, and only you can pick the number. I'm just giving you an example. Let them know that you'll give them 3, 4%, whatever it is, of all of the money that any first-time customer that is recommended to them, all the money that that customer spends at your shop within the first 90 days. And the reason you need to do the first 90 days is that customer that they recommend, when they first come in, they might only have time for an oil service, but they need brakes or other services done, and then they bring it back later. So the technician wins because he gets a referral fee on that. He also or she also gets the opportunity to work on the car too. So it's a win in every regard to do this.
Yeah, this one is great. And your technicians out there using their business cards, it makes them feel important, makes them feel a key part of the company as well. So they should all have business cards.
Yeah, what a great point by Doris. What a great point. Yeah, everybody in your organization needs to have your business cards, and this will allow them to feel important. It'll allow them to say, well, you know, I'm a mechanic, I'm a technician, and I work over at Elite Auto Service, and we can help you. Here's my card. You know, here's my card. I'd love to be able to help you with your car. All you need to do is give them a call and get scheduled in, and we'll take a look at it. Now, one of the questions that we often hear is, what about advisors? Should they get this? The answer is no, they should not get it, because this is a part of their job. Part of the advisor's job description is to bring in customers. That's their job. It's not the technician's job. That's why the technicians need to be compensated for it. The way the advisors win is they have, by default, they're going to win by this because they're going to get customers in and they're already pre-sold by the technician on them. So this is a runaway, guys. Don't hesitate on this one either. It works like a champ for you.
That's a great one. All right, guys. So next steps. Apply what you've learned today. We're actually going to follow up just with a bullet-pointed email, just kind of outlining the key points, the key takeaways from this for all of you that registered. So that'll be coming. We'll help you apply. Yeah, and hey, Doris, I'm not sure, we have just a couple minutes before we got a break loose from these guys and gals, but before we get into the next steps, bullet points for you, do any of you have any questions? Are there any hands up, Doris, that may not be questions that are technical questions about audio or something like that? Let's see. Let's do this. And refresh. And I see a couple of hands. Oh, interesting. Mark, we do a okay. Leon. Here's a question. Although I don't know if Leon had his hand up earlier or
let's try and let's see.
Or right now.
Let's just ask Leon if he had a question.
And Jason, here we go. Leon, you're up.
Leon, could you hear us? Nope.
Example of a referral fee for the technician. Did I misunderstand it, or did or how was that 3 or 4% of what?
Of whatever the customer invests. Yeah, sorry. Thank you for asking for the clarity. Whatever the customer invests within the first 90 days.
Okay.
So if they invest dollars in a brake service, then you would get 3 or 4% of that $300 just for doing nothing more than recommending the customer to you. Great question. Thank you.
Well understood. I appreciate the point. I think that's great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Any other questions, Doris?
See, we got another one here. Well, Michelle, we know Michelle. How about Bill Edwards? Bill, you're unmuted.
Hey, Bill, you with us? We lost you. Okay, guys and gals, we're going to go back to the next steps then. We only got a couple minutes, it looks like, Doris.
Got 1 minute, dude.
Who is this?
Jerry, did you have a question?
Okay, we got 1 minute. Yeah, we got to get back. Sorry, guys, we're running out of time here. We want to share with you what you need to do as next step. Don't get analysis paralysis. Do the things that Doris is asking you to do. Sit down with your technicians, have that conversation with them, put those 10 business cards in your pocket, have a conversation with your advisors, do some role plays with one another, with your advisors and all, on how you could do this, giving away 2 oil services. And I know that argument about, well, what if they're driving a diesel or whatever? You know what? You owe it to your dear customers to take care of those customers. So if that oil service costs you $100 to meet that customer, you know what? Lucky you to be able to do that. So please apply what you've learned today. Number 2, it says, join us at Vision. I'm going to be doing, Doris is unfortunately not going to be able to join us. She's going to be involved in a friend's wedding. But on the 6th through the 8th, I'm going to be at Vision doing a couple of seminars, and I would be honored to hear from you. If you plan on joining us at Vision, shoot me an email, would you please? Because if I know that you're going to be there, I'd love to be able to at least say hi to you in the seminars or at the trade show floor. So if you're going to be at Vision this year, shoot us an email so I'll know that you're going to be there.
And join us at our next Fly with the Eagles Business Development course. This is the most extensive, comprehensive, that almost rhymed, business management course in the industry. It's absolutely a joy to attend. It's the next one's coming right up, May 13th to the 17th. It's actually going to be in Kansas City, Missouri, kind of centrally located for all of you that were asking for that this year.
Yeah, and on that note, by the way, as another reminder, our next webinar is going to be March 24th. We're going to be having another webinar subject to be announced. Watch our website. We'll keep you posted. But it's going to be 1 month from now, March 24th, same time, same place. And then lastly, and most importantly, guys and gals,
thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, it's an honor to be able to spend this time with you. And those of you that are clients as well, we would like to again say thank you so much for your trust in us. It's an honor to be able to work with you and helping you build your business. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.